and today I wanted to talk about what are all the traits the most successful people have. And the goal is to understand more about success so you can also implement it in your own life. Okay, hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Susie. When I'm talking about the most successful people, I am talking about like Elon Musk, Kim Kardashian, Speed, Kylie Jenner, anybody you feel like they are successful, because success is so limitless. We can all be successful in our own ways, and my goal is to be the most successful in what I love to do. And I think your goal is that too, because you're here watching this video. So welcome to my channel and let's begin. So the first point is that the most successful people, they have a strong identity. For those who don't know what identity is, it's the way you view yourself. So at the beginning, the most successful people, they already knew who they were. Most of them did their own research on themselves, what they like, what they don't like, what they want to do with their life, what they don't want to do with their life. They know what they stand for, and they just know their vision, even if the whole world is like, no, you can't do that, you cannot do that. They do not care. They have their vision and they just know who they are. Even if they have zero results, it doesn't matter. They know who they are. The most successful people, they don't care about validation, they don't care about the outcome. They know who they are and they do whatever it takes to get where they want to go. And that's the first point. It's super important. If you don't have a strong identity, you're just gonna follow your weak identity. You're just gonna not do the work and the things you have to do to get there. Identity is the foundation of life. Once your identity is strong, even if you have zero results, when you're going to take action, it's going to lead you to your identity. But when your identity is weak, like for example, I'm broke, I'm not successful, if that's your identity, even if you work hard every single day to get results, it's not going to work out because your identity is being weak and being broke. So whatever you do, it's going to lead you to your identity. That's why identity is super important. It's the blueprint, it's the foundation, and it guides you where you need to. So the second point is they are consistent with their identity. And identity is the base foundation. You're gonna be moved to do certain work, certain actions, like maybe film a YouTube video or post on TikTok or study to one school, but you're consistent with your action even if you're not perfect. The goal is not to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. The goal is just to be consistent and always showing up even when you feel like shit, even when life is not working out. You know who you are, you know who you stand for, and you're just gonna show up anyways. That's how successful people get there. They're always showing up. Like Kim Kardashian, she had her moments. She had moments where everything wasn't working out, and that's okay. It's part of the journey. She kept continuing to show up, and look at where she is today. Same with Speed. I remember there's a moment where, when her mom kicked him out of the house because he was streaming instead of going to school, but he didn't care. He was like, I don't care. I want to do this. I know it's gonna work. I don't care. He maybe had like 1,000 subscribers at that time. Look at him today. When you have this identity, you are consistent. You know who you are, even if the whole world is in your face saying, hey, it's not possible, you should not, it's not a good idea. You do not care. You just don't care. You know who you are, and you're gonna do whatever it takes to get. Third, we have emotional strength. Success comes with hate, judgment, criticism, opinions. It comes with all of that negativity, and those people that are successful, they don't care. Of course, maybe they're gonna have moments where they're gonna cry or be like, oh my god, people said that about me and this and that. But it's not gonna stop them from being who they are. And you should do the same thing too. If you wanna become successful, you have to be immune to hate. What I love to do is I love seeing hate as something that's natural. Like when you go outside, there's like a bee coming towards you, like that's natural, it's human, it's part of life. Hate is a good thing. Stop seeing hate as something that's bad or wrong. We all get hated on. People love to hate others. Just let them. Literally let them. And honestly, if you don't have any haters, like there's a problem here. Like there's a problem. Hate is good for you. Of course, you're gonna have bad days sometimes. It's human. But hate should not be something that's blocking you. The moment hate and criticism is blocking you, you're just not meant to be successful. That's it. So go through it, you'll be fine. The most successful people has been hated on and they are still being hated on. It is what it is. So learn to not give a fuck and still go through it. Their emotion works for them, not against them. Number four, we have deep focus on their work. The most successful people, they love what they are doing. They love who they are being. They just love it. They're obsessed with it. Even if the whole world is face to face to them and saying like, you suck at this. You shouldn't do this. Oh, it's not a good idea. Nah, they do not care. They know who they are. They love doing this type of work and they do it to the fullest. Even if they're not perfect, they just do it. I had this epiphany. Sometimes I show up here and I film videos and I feel like, oh, my voice sucks, I'm not perfect, that. But then I look at movies and TV shows, let's say Shameless. I saw a video of Frank saying that, hey, sometime I was feeling and I was filming and I wasn't perfect in that scene. I'm like, huh? For me, Shameless, it was a masterpiece. Like, it's a good show. And I never felt like a moment. I never had this moment of like, oh my god, the acting is so off. I never felt that, and there's 8 seasons. So it's shocking to see that even the actors in Shameless or even any other shows that you might like, they also have their own insecurities and own moments of like, oh, I should have done this better or I should have done that better. You see how human we are? Sometimes you think that what you're doing is wrong or not good enough, but from the other perspective, what you're doing is super powerful and good. So stop trying to be perfect. It's impossible. Just do the work and just show up, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. It's really that simple, even if it feels like shit. Nobody cares because nobody's seeing it through your eyes. We're all seeing it through our eyes. So successful people, they just immerse themselves in their work. That's why I also believe you have to do something you love to do. Don't do a job that you hate doing because you're just gonna hate your life and it's gonna be so hard and dreadful to just be continuing working in it. Find out what you love to do and just stick with it. There's always gonna be customers for what you love to do. And if you find a way to monetize it, it's even better because you gain money for doing something you love to do. It's not even considered as working, it's considered as just living your own life, loving it, and being paid for it. So, this is how successful people work. Number five, we have authentic uniqueness. The most successful people are unique, they are themselves to the fullest. Being unique is a flex. We're all different. We all grew up differently. We have different cultures, different backgrounds. Use that to your advantage. Nobody has your soul. Nobody has your soul. So use it to your advantage. Create on that. Share it with people. You'd never know. We are all different, and maybe your curiosity or the way you entertain people is what makes you stand out. So successful people, they have clarity on who they are, what they love to do, what they stand for, and by having clarity on that, you can use your unique aspect of yourself and then share with people, and there's always customers for what you want to share. When you believe in that, you're gonna find customers. Unique is a flex. Do not copy people. When you copy people, it's boring. They already saw it before. It's not like the person who actually did the work first, and you're never going wrong with being unique, being in your own lane. That's why they stand out. Unique people, they just have something different. The average people, they just love to copy trends, follow people, be like others because they don't have clarity on who they are. And don't be like average people because when you're like average people, you get average result. So be yourself, lean into yourself, get to know yourself, and share it with people. Number six, we have intuitive timing. I also see it as listening to yourself, listening to your vision, listening to what you want to do and not what the people around you are telling you to do. Intuitive timing is all about knowing when to take action, when to rest, when to do something, when not to do something. And it's super easy, but to get there, you have to have clarity on who you are. Doing this when you don't know who you are and what you stand for is super hard because you don't know what to do. But once you have your vision and you know what you stand for and you have clarity on who you are, you can do everything and anything. And there's no worries because if your identity is already being successful, no matter what you do now, it has to take you there because your identity is the foundation. You say you're broke. When you say you're broke and you identify as being a broke person, even if you work 40-hour shift at two different jobs and you work hard, you do everything right, at the end you're still gonna stay broke. Something might happen, your car might break down, you have rent to pay and you have barely enough left. Like everything that you do is gonna lead you to your identity because identity is the foundation. There's this quote that René Descartes said is, I think, therefore I am. This literally explains your identity. I think, therefore I am. What you think, what you believe you are. Literally, you are. So when you always say, I'm broke, I don't have money, you are gonna be broke. Even if you do everything right, even if you do everything right, you're gonna stay there because that's your limit. When you change your identity as being, I am the most successful, I am wealthy, then it's gonna change. Your habits are gonna change. You're gonna have new ideas, maybe new opportunities, people coming in your life and helping you. Anything to get you there. This is how life works. So be careful with what you identify and focus on being the most successful, even if you look at your whole world life right now and there's nothing proving you that you are successful. We don't care because what comes first is your identity and the rest follows. It's law, it's universal law. This is how life works. So when you act from intuition, your timing is perfect because your identity is being the most successful. So you're always going to be guided to take the proper action to get. So always listen to your vision, to yourself, to God. It can be anything you want, call it, but just listen to the voice, to you. Listen to you. I used to always listen to my parents because I would think, oh, they're older than me, they know more than me, but we are all here to have different lives. And when I look at my parents, I personally do not want to be like them when I grow up. I have my own vision, I know what I want for myself, and I don't care if it makes them mad for me to take my own path and my own ends and just follow my intuition, it's fine. But I want to live for myself and not for them. Okay, so number 7, we have the ability to evolve. The most successful people are not scared to change, to lose stuff, to lose themselves, or to reinvent themselves, to shift. They are not scared of that. They literally embrace it. Um, the average people are so scared of change, but change is the only thing sure that's gonna happen. Everything changes at one point, and by allowing yourself to grow and evolve and reinvent yourself and become better, doing better, changing this, changing that, that's how you become even more successful because you learn from your mistakes and because you adapt and you learn how to pivot. Learning how to pivot is so important because something might happen tomorrow, and if you try to stay like the person you were before, it's just not going to work out. You have to change. It's part of life, it's part of your journey, it's part of the process. So the most successful people, they know how to pivot and change and reinvent themselves in the best way possible. So do not be scared of change, embrace it. And the average people are so scared of change, and the goal here is not to be like them. The goal here is to be successful in what you want to do. Last, we have number 8, strong self-worth. So this is a bit related with identity, but when you have a strong self-worth, you don't care about failure and you also don't care about success. Of course, like, you embrace it and you're like, oh, thank you, but it's not something that you hold on to. It's part of life. You just let it be. And when you're so strong in your core, when you know who you are, no matter what, no matter the results, no matter the failures, no matter the success, no matter people's opinion. When you know who you are, this creates this power. And the most successful people, they have that. Like, they don't care. They just do not care. They know who they are, and nothing around them can break them. Even their hardest moments, it doesn't break them. It makes them even better and even stronger, even if it hurts. They know they are valuable, powerful, and worthy no matter what the outside world is doing. This is why they stay grounded and keep winning. So, this is my video on all the traits that make someone successful. If you're watching this, honestly, you're already successful. Believe in yourself, even if people are haters, let them be haters. Believe in yourself. Know who you are. Once you know who you are, nothing can stop you.